Hi, this is Fran from StampingUp.com. I'm going to show you how to make a quick folder card from one of our weekly specials, which is the envelope board punch. If you take your regular cardstock and your card base will be 5.5 by 4.25, and you take one end and take a 1/2 inch off this end. When you put this in the envelope board punch, you will line it up at the opening there, at the edge of this slot here. You punch, flip it over, and line this line that you just cut to the 3-inch mark. Punch. You take the other side, just go like this. You're taking the opposite end. This is where you're taking this end. This is where you initially cut. You're doing the same thing. Putting this in, punching, flipping it over, go to the 3-inch mark, punch again. Where you've punched the dip right here, you're going to cut from here to here in your cutter. And this end, you're going to cut from here to here in your cutter. That will make your basic folder card. The envelope folder punch board, the envelope punch board is on sale for $15 with the weekly specials. It is normally $20. Okay, we're going to take and cut from here to here. We want to cut off this piece. Just remember, it's the pointed end. So you find where your groove is here, where the cutting thing is. You take it as far as you can until you can barely see it. And you cut that off, and that's your finished edge. Flip it over, and you're doing the same thing. You find that groove, go as far as you can until you can barely see it. And you put your blade in there and cut straight. If you are not satisfied with your cut, you can take your scissors and just cut along there. But your basic folder card is like this. I came up with this card very quickly just to show you some of the weekly special items. I took a 5.5 by 1.25 piece of white cardstock, and I put this piece in and lined it up to the edge of the non-Sizzix edge. Sizzix edge is the top. Okay, as you can see, it will only emboss up to here. So what I did is I put it back into the folder and lined this up with the last one that was embossed. When I made sure these were lined up straight. These last two, so you can play with it until you don't see that curved part. You run it through your Big Shot this way with the cutting plate would stop right here. So your plate would be here and here. The edge here and stop here. If you don't, you will flatten this other one you've already done. Now, because there is part of the hearts here, I decided to take a piece of red glitter paper and cut it like a 1/4 inch. So what I'll do is put it at the very edge of both sides. When the glitter pieces are glued on here, I will, sorry, I forgot the scissors, trim the excess. I cut mine about 1/8 to 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch longer than the 5 1/2, just to make sure I'm not constantly trying to match it up perfectly. And you trim off your edges. And a little more adhesive. And you line it up on the bottom of the card. Then what I did, I took the two smaller pieces of the floral frames, I cut them in white and red. The red piece, I used my bone folder and just curved the edges a little bit. I then took my Petite Petals punch and I curled that, punched it out of the white. I then took my pearls and I took a permanent marker and I just took a red and put it right around the edges because I want the focal point to be red. And just put that on there. This is from the hand-picked framelits, and I took the Banner Banter, and I just used my edgelet, ran it through the Big Shot after I had stamped You're the Best. I'm just adhering that diagonally. Then I took some of our silver thread and I made a bow. You put a glue dot on it. Just put it like that. Cut your edges off. And there's just a really quick card. If you wanted to put some white on the back here, you would cut a piece, maybe 1 1/4, and instead of punching it with the envelope board punch at 3, you'd cut it at 2 3/4, and that will give you your liner there. Well, I hope you got a couple ideas. Our weekly specials are great. If you want to go to my blog and look at them, please, if you go to order any weekly special, Do not look in the catalog. You have to go to the post of the weekly special. There's a completely different number. If you don't use that number, you won't get it at the special price. Have a great day. Thank you.